Have you ever wondered why some successful people seem ruthless, manipulative, or obsessed with power? Success often comes with a dark psychological price few people dare to explore. Many individuals achieve wealth, fame, or influence, but their minds operate in unusual ways. Behind the glitz and glamour, ambition can trigger behaviors most consider morally questionable. Some of the most successful people use manipulation, charm, and strategic cunning to win. Their drive is fueled not only by talent, but by an intense, sometimes dark, mindset. The psychology behind success often involves risk-taking that borders on obsession. People willing to exploit situations, or others often rise faster than those who play fair. Studies suggest ambition activates parts of the brain associated with reward, dominance, and power. While ambition itself is not negative, it can push people toward ethically gray decisions. Some high achievers excel because they understand human behavior and exploit it subtly. They manipulate perception, influence decisions, and create opportunities that others overlook. Successful people often harness traits linked to narcissism or Machiavellian thinking. These traits allow them to stay calm under pressure and take bold risks. The dark psychology of success thrives in competitive environments where only results matter. Fear of failure and intense pressure can lead some to morally questionable tactics. Ambition can make individuals hyper-focused, often ignoring personal relationships and ethics. History is filled with examples of people whose brilliance coexisted with ruthless behavior. Many innovators, CEOs, and politicians balance genius with manipulation or cunning strategies. The line between strategic thinking and manipulation is often blurred in high achievers. Understanding these patterns can reveal why some people consistently outperform others. They think several moves ahead, much like grandmasters in chess or competitive strategists. Their decisions are calculated, often prioritizing outcomes over ethics or emotional comfort. In the pursuit of success, emotions can become tools rather than guides. Some individuals learn to suppress empathy when it conflicts with personal or professional gain. This doesn't make them evil, but it highlights a darker dimension of ambition. Power, recognition, and wealth can distort priorities, turning ordinary choices into morally ambiguous ones. The most intriguing part is how these patterns often go unnoticed by society. Outsiders see charm, charisma, or competence, never realizing the underlying psychological tactics. Dark traits like manipulation, persistence, and strategic ruthlessness often coexist with remarkable creativity. Some successful individuals consciously refine these traits to maximize influence and control. Their minds are wired to detect opportunity, anticipate threats, and navigate social hierarchies. Success becomes less about luck or talent and more about psychological mastery over circumstances. They learn to read people, situations, and systems faster than anyone else. By understanding human behavior, they manipulate perceptions to achieve goals efficiently. Many leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries leverage subtle forms of influence daily. Their dark psychology isn't always visible, but shapes every critical decision they make. Ambition without psychological insight often fails. Insight without ambition often remains wasted. Combining both creates unstoppable drive that few can compete against effectively. Some of the most influential figures in history mastered this balance between charm and ruthlessness. Their achievements often inspire admiration, masking the psychological complexity behind them. Yet this dark side isn't purely negative. It can fuel resilience and innovation. Risk-taking, strategic deception, and emotional detachment sometimes lead to groundbreaking breakthroughs. Success, therefore, often carries a hidden duality, brilliance intertwined with shadowy psychological forces. In Part 2, we'll dive deeper into the traits, tactics, and mindsets that define dark success. One of the most common traits among highly successful people is calculated ruthlessness in decision-making. They prioritize results over feelings, often making hard choices others avoid entirely. Strategic ruthlessness allows them to eliminate obstacles quickly, gaining an edge over competitors. Another trait is Machiavellian thinking, where manipulation and foresight become tools for advantage. People with this mindset carefully craft perceptions to influence others without being detected. They know when to assert dominance and when to appear cooperative or humble. Narcissism is another psychological pattern that often appears in extremely ambitious individuals. Healthy narcissism fuels confidence, vision, and unwavering self-belief needed for success. In darker forms, it can lead to overconfidence, charm, and subtle manipulation of others. Obsessive focus is critical. Successful individuals often devote relentless attention to their goals. They sacrifice comfort, free time, and sometimes relationships to achieve their ambitions. High achievers are often resistant to failure, seeing setbacks as temporary challenges. They analyze mistakes quickly and adapt without letting emotions interfere with judgment. Emotional detachment is another hallmark, allowing clear thinking under pressure. By controlling emotions, they can make rational decisions that others might fear to attempt. Many successful people also possess strategic deception skills to protect plans and ideas. They know when to reveal intentions and when to stay silent to gain advantage. Understanding human psychology is essential. They can predict reactions and manipulate outcomes. Some leverage social influence, shaping opinions subtly through charm or persuasion. They often create narratives that encourage others to act in their favor unknowingly. Calculated risk-taking is another cornerstone of dark success psychology. These individuals weigh consequences carefully, but are willing to take bold, high-stakes actions. They thrive in situations where others are paralyzed by fear or uncertainty. Competitiveness drives them to outperform peers at almost any cost. Without hesitation, they thrive on comparison, using rivals as motivation rather than distraction. Many darkly successful people also practice selective empathy, understanding emotions without letting them interfere. This allows them to read people accurately while remaining emotionally detached. Networking strategically is another tool they use to maintain influence and opportunities. Relationships are often assessed for utility, not just emotional connection. Attention to detail sets them apart, noticing patterns others overlook in complex situations. They anticipate problems and prepare solutions before challenges even arise. Persistence and resilience are non-negotiable traits for anyone seeking extraordinary success. They continue pushing forward even when facing repeated failure or criticism. Adaptability allows them to adjust strategies quickly when circumstances change unexpectedly. This ability keeps them ahead of competitors who cling to rigid plans. Many high achievers practice mindful self-control, managing impulses, and staying disciplined long-term. Self-regulation prevents emotion-driven decisions that could derail their goals. Learning obsession is common. They study everything from competitors to industry trends constantly. Knowledge becomes a weapon for predicting opportunities and threats. Charisma is often cultivated intentionally to influence, persuade, and inspire others. Successful individuals can gain allies and manipulate audiences with controlled charm. Some even use reverse psychology or subtle suggestion to achieve compliance. High achievers are often secretive, guarding their strategies from both competitors and the public. This creates an advantage by keeping intentions and next moves hidden. Calculated patience is critical. Timing often matters more than immediate action. They know when to wait and strike when circumstances are optimal. Many combine logic and intuition, balancing analysis with gut instincts. Their decisions often seem effortless, but are backed by extensive preparation. Confidence projection convinces others of competence, even if uncertainty exists internally. People tend to follow those who appear self-assured, amplifying influence without force. These dark traits are not evil, but highly effective tools for achieving goals. Understanding them reveals why some individuals climb faster than others, often unseen. The dark psychology of success is subtle, hidden beneath charm, intelligence, and power. In Part 3, we'll explore real-life examples and how these tactics manifest in leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. These stories will show the true complexity of ambition and human behavior. Some of the world's most influential leaders combine charisma, intelligence, and ruthless strategy. Entrepreneurs often exploit opportunities faster than competitors, using manipulation or charm when necessary. For example, many tech founders build empires by outsmarting rivals and controlling narratives. These leaders anticipate market trends and act decisively before others even notice. Strategic ruthlessness allows them to eliminate competition without attracting widespread criticism. Investors with dark success traits often make bold, high-stakes decisions that seem reckless initially. Yet calculated risks frequently yield enormous returns, separating them from cautious peers. Some CEOs cultivate loyalty through charisma while subtly steering teams to achieve their vision. They balance persuasion with strategic control to maximize productivity and influence. Powerful politicians also demonstrate dark psychological traits, using perception to maintain authority. Campaign strategies, public messaging, and alliances are all carefully engineered to gain advantage. Some leaders manipulate media narratives subtly to shape public opinion in their favor. Diplomacy, negotiation, and behind-the-scenes influence are tools used to maintain dominance. Historical figures reveal similar patterns, visionary yet ruthless when necessary to achieve goals. Inventors and innovators sometimes use calculated secrecy to protect ideas and maintain competitive advantage. Their ambition drives them to work obsessively, often sacrificing personal relationships. Strategic thinking allows them to foresee challenges and opportunities years in advance. Investors often leverage psychological insight to influence markets or competitors' behavior. Understanding human behavior allows them to anticipate reactions and plan accordingly. Some entrepreneurs manipulate consumer perception to maximize influence and sales. Marketing, branding, and public relations become instruments of psychological strategy. Political leaders also use charisma and persuasion to inspire loyalty and compliance. They balance ethical considerations with practical necessity to achieve their goals. Many of these figures are misunderstood, admired for brilliance, yet feared for cunning. History is full of individuals whose success depended on subtle psychological mastery. CEOs of major corporations often combine charm, vision, and strategic manipulation for growth. The most successful artists or performers also leverage perception and influence for opportunity. Their personal brand and public image become tools to command attention and resources. In science and technology, innovators use secrecy, timing, and strategy to dominate breakthroughs. Their dark psychology fuels relentless focus and persistence despite criticism or failure. Negotiation skills allow these individuals to achieve outcomes others deem impossible. By understanding motivation and emotion, they manipulate situations for optimal results. Even small business owners use psychological tactics to outperform competitors in local markets. Success often requires understanding social dynamics better than anyone else in a system. These examples show that dark traits are not inherently evil, but practical tools. Ambition combined with strategic insight can create incredible opportunity and wealth. Charisma, patience, and calculated risk-taking amplify the effectiveness of psychological mastery. Observing these examples reveals common patterns across industries, cultures, and eras. Innovation, perception management, and ruthless strategy often coexist in highly successful people. History and contemporary business alike show how subtle psychological tactics drive results. Leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs all rely on these traits in unique ways. The psychology of success often operates in shadows, unseen by the general public. Only careful observation reveals how perception, manipulation, and insight create extraordinary outcomes. Understanding these examples prepares us to recognize the hidden forces behind achievement. It also shows how ambition can transform potential into influence and power rapidly. Some succeed because they are willing to operate where others hesitate or fear. Risk, vision, and psychological strategy often separate extraordinary achievers from the average. They harness human behavior, circumstance, and opportunity like tools for maximum effect. Part 4 will uncover lessons you can learn and apply without losing your moral compass. These lessons help channel ambition while understanding the psychology behind elite success. By recognizing these patterns, you can adopt strategic thinking ethically in life or business. We'll explore actionable insights that maintain integrity while enhancing personal effectiveness. Understanding dark psychology helps you achieve success while maintaining your ethical principles. One key lesson is strategic focus. Prioritize goals that truly matter and ignore distractions. High achievers spend energy on actions with maximum impact, avoiding trivial tasks. Elite performers maintain momentum even when faced with repeated failure or criticism. Calculated risk-taking allows you to seize opportunities others fear to pursue. Assess potential rewards against consequences and act decisively when the timing is right. Self-awareness is crucial. Know your strengths, weaknesses, and emotional triggers clearly. Understanding your mindset allows you to manage ambition without losing moral direction. Emotional intelligence is a powerful tool for influencing others ethically. Recognizing and respecting others' emotions helps you gain cooperation and build trust. Adaptability ensures you can pivot strategies when circumstances or challenges change unexpectedly. Being rigid often leads to missed opportunities and stagnation in competitive environments. Networking strategically builds influence while maintaining integrity. Relationships are valuable resources. Connect with people who align with your goals and values for mutual growth. Observation skills help you anticipate challenges, recognize opportunities, and act proactively. Elite achievers constantly study environments, competitors, and trends to make informed decisions. Patience is underrated. Timing often determines whether risk-taking leads to success. Waiting for optimal conditions allows strategic moves to have maximum impact. Learning obsession fuels continuous improvement and innovation. Never stop expanding knowledge. Stay curious, seek diverse perspectives, and apply insights creatively to real-world challenges. Discipline and routine create consistency, ensuring long-term progress despite obstacles. Structure your day around priorities to avoid wasted energy on distractions or minor tasks. Ethical influence allows you to motivate and inspire without manipulating or harming others. Persuasion works best when aligned with shared values and mutual benefit. Resilience is essential for bouncing back from setbacks and maintaining momentum. Failures and criticism provide lessons, helping refine strategy for future success. Vision keeps you focused on long-term objectives even when short-term pressures arise. Clarity about your goals reduces impulsive decisions and strengthens commitment to your path. Decision-making skills separate ordinary achievers from exceptional ones. Analyze, plan, then act decisively. Avoid making choices driven purely by emotion or fear of failure. Balance ensures ambition doesn't overshadow personal values, relationships, or well-being. Extreme obsession can lead to burnout, strained relationships, or ethical compromises. Reflection allows you to evaluate your actions, strategies, and alignment with core values. Taking time to pause and adjust helps maintain sustainable, responsible success. Accountability keeps you honest and ensures your methods remain ethically sound. Holding yourself to high standards prevents shortcuts that compromise integrity. Strategic communication shapes perception while maintaining transparency and credibility. Words and messaging can influence outcomes without deceiving or manipulating others. Collaboration leverages collective talent and insight to achieve bigger goals ethically. Even highly ambitious individuals benefit from teamwork, mentorship, and shared resources. Focus on value creation, solve problems, improve lives, and provide solutions genuinely. Creating real value strengthens reputation and builds long-term opportunities sustainably. Mindset mastery allows control over emotions, focus, and reactions under pressure. Elite performers regulate stress and maintain clarity to make strategic choices. Ethical ambition combines drive, intelligence, and strategic insight without harming others. You can achieve extraordinary results while maintaining respect, trust, and integrity. Observation of patterns in human behavior informs decision-making without exploitation. Understanding motivations and tendencies helps predict outcomes responsibly and strategically. Long-term thinking ensures decisions today lead to sustainable success tomorrow. Short-term gains may be tempting, but ethical strategy ensures longevity and influence. Focus on mastery over multiple skills increases adaptability and problem-solving ability. Continuous improvement makes you resilient against competition and evolving challenges. Calculated optimism fuels bold actions while preparing for setbacks intelligently. Balancing confidence with realistic planning prevents reckless decisions. Leveraging psychology ethically empowers persuasion, negotiation, and leadership without manipulating.